Doing some crazy stuff right now.
Oh,
I've slept in it with braids and now it's like a lot.
I never sleep with braids in my hair, but that's just because like I go to bed and I like flip my hair up on my pillow so it's not underneath my neck because I hate it, and I can't do that with braids in half the time.
Mm,
Yeah.
true. I normally have my bonnet to keep everything off of my face and everything, but I forgot it during the weekend. So I was just braiding it to at least
Keep
get
it.
it back. And then
Yeah.
I'm a side sleeper, so it kind of just hangs out back there.
Fair enough.
Oh, anyway, um, hello and welcome to Can I Just? I'm Burnsy. And we're
Hello.
so excited for you to hang out with us
As we
as we
start this
just,
by just talking about hair.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, mine's been kind of like, it's been doing a thing. I feel like I cut all the split ends and then the split ends immediately come back and I don't know what to do about it, even though like I take care of it.
Fair enough. I am still like trying to figure out how the fuck to take care of my hair because like it always just feels dry to me. I do condition it and I have like leave-in conditioners and stuff like that, but like yeah. It's also just like
Did you
huh?
get your hair cut recently?
I did. I only got like a trim though. That was like the whole intention was because like the ends and like I still feel like because my hair is slightly dry, it still looks like a little more unruly, but it was more just to like get the really, really dead shit off the tips of
Okay,
my
because
hair.
you sent me a Snapchat the other day and your bangs looked different and I was like, Mattie, she's back.
No, I will like kind of cut my bangs myself slightly if they start getting too long between haircuts. And then it'll get to a point where I'm like, I no longer have a shape to my bang and I need somebody else to do it professionally.
I have to
Bless you.
sneeze.
Pineapple.
How dare you?
I do it to everybody.
I guess it worked.
Yeah. No,
Pineapple
that's what keeps
worked.
happening to me. Oh my god. So like everybody hates to be edged with sneezing. Yes, we all
Correct.
hate it.
Yeah.
I like we both know my gastrointestinal system is just bullshit and kind of fucked up.
Me too.
Wow. I have been like getting like edged with burps where like I can feel it sitting right here and then it won't come out for like a good 5 minutes. And then when it does come out, I'm sounding like I'm being like exorcised from like a fucking demon or some shit like that. But like Jesus Christ, it's so horrid because I just sit there and I'm like,
I hate that.
yeah,
That's so weird. I don't like that. I feel like I've definitely had that happen to me, but I don't know if the build up is
I don't know.
intense and dramatic. I don't know.
I
I
don't know.
can't
I'm pretty
remember.
sure.
I cannot recall.
I think it's because again, my mom has like a weird like whoop 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 sort of like
But isn't yeah, her intestine is like zigzag or something,
yeah,
you
and so
said.
like I can't prove that mine is. I have a feeling mine is though, and so like gas getting trapped and like slowly like working its way out. Yeah.
You have that problem. I have the other problem.
Of what? Just
Okay,
letting it rip.
wait. So I went home to visit family for listeners who don't know. I went home to visit family over Memorial Day weekend to celebrate Mother's Day, my mom's birthday, my dad's birthday, and Father's Day, kind of like in between. Anyway, one of the nights, my mom and I went on a walk. I'm so sorry. Hunter just sneezed so loudly.
Bless you. I didn't hear it, to be fair. So
It was so loud. We went on a walk, and of course, I'm me. So, like, we get halfway through the walk, and I go, "Oh, my tummy. I think I'm gonna shit. I need to go to the bathroom." And we're
I
like
love that.
halfway between the house and halfway between a Publix, and which is like our local grocery store. And I was like, this is not good. So I was like, Mom, we have to go. Like, we gotta pick a
You're like,
direction.
we
She's
gotta
like,
speed walk. We gotta get
we
it.
gotta start picking up the pace. And she's like taller than me. She walks fast normally, and I'm like out walking her at this point.
Yeah.
And we get to like the parking lot, and I just start jogging. Because I was like, I can't hold it anymore. I have to go. Because earlier, I haven't eaten ice cream in like a really, really long time. But
Yes.
earlier that day, I was like, you know what? There's Kilwins. Kilwins is worth the streak to break the streak of not having ice cream. And I regretted it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
It
It
was
happens.
not
I
good.
many a flashbacks to many a different Ohio nights with you up on a catwalk going, I think I'm gonna Kaya.
My favorite was when I got on the comm and I was like,
Lana.
Lana, Lana heard my breathing and she said, She has to shit.
And then, like, having to, like, emergency take over your freaking spot, and you're like, oh. Yeah.
Anyway, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I also think one of my favorites was when you had texted Kaya, and it was our first summer, and it was when she was figuring out all of her, like, allergy bullshit, and so she was, like, hopped up on Benadryl from allergy testing, and you texted her, and then she, like, giggled at you when you ran by her.
She had a Red Bull or something, like a berry Red Bull, and
Yeah.
had an allergic reaction, and then took Benadryl, and so she was like,
Yeah.
Benadryl drug. Also, this was kids' night. It was Cinderella, and it was one of the kids' nights that we were doing. It was like Cinderella and Pirates of Penzance all on the same day, and then that happened, and I had to wait. I almost didn't make it. I was waiting for the children to leave the bathroom so I didn't ruin their magical evening.
Their magical evening, just sprint to the bathroom upstairs that nobody goes to because everybody forgot about it. That's where I would go, typically.
That's the one I went to, and there were still people in there.
Damn, really? No, that's the one I typically go to. That's the one I got broken up with.
You took the call in the bathroom?
I took it upstairs in that hallway in, like, the bathroom because it was, like, pre-show. It was right before we had to go on. Do you not remember? Well, it was before I had to go on because we weren't working the same shift for...
I was painting still. I think I just gotten back with Panera.
Yes, and it was me and Kay waiting to go up to Cat Walk.
Yeah,
so.
that's right. Apple?
No, we dubbed them Honeydew last time because you were like,
no one
"Fuck
likes
Honeydew."
Honeydew.
Yeah.
For some reason, I wanted to call him Carrot.
I can pull my list out again. Hold on.
I don't think someone is Carrot, but we'll keep him as Honeydew, though. You know, he's kind of a broccoli top.
There is somebody who is named Carrot, but we haven't talked about them yet, so.
Oh, interesting. Next.
So, like, I'm pretty sure Carrot knows all about, I don't actually think I gave that person a name.
Did you tell Cucumber about it?
No, Cucumber did text me. Well, because again, like, Cucumber and Carrot, like, dropped me, and then I've heard nothing from either of them until I started working at main place I work at. And then Cucumber texted me. He was like, "Hey, like, I saw, like, your name on the program. Like, did you paint this? Like, did you like?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." And then I essentially, because their text was like, "Oh my god, I saw that you did this. It was a great job. Like, I hope you're doing well." And I was like, "Yeah, I did. Thank you. I hope you're doing well as well." And that was where we left it, because, yeah.
Cordial, but also
very clear, like, I don't want to talk.
I don't want to talk. I'm not going to ask any follow-up questions about your life.
Yeah.
But you know what I was thinking about the other day that I forgot to mention in my really long Snapchat rant? Do you have a code name for Emma?
My lighting girl?
Mm-hmm.
No. Why?
Well, I'll just say her name then.
Okay.
Emma will just be Emma.
Yeah. I was like, the only people I've, like, given code names to are people who I have sometimes some bad things to say about, and rather than ruin their reputations with their name, just give them something different.
You're right.
Yeah.
Emma's chill. We'll say Emma.
Yeah.
You should put me and her in a group chat so you're not sending the same video to the both of us so we can all react to each other.
That's very fair. Well, because, like, I have the council, but that was more to do with, like, issues and shit that kept coming up about Honeydew.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, you and Emma, for the most part, are the people I talk to on a very regular basis who do theater. Everyone else I kind of talk to on a bit regular basis don't do theater, and I'm like, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about right now.
Head burp. The gastrointestinal things are happening today.
And that is a-okay. I have not had gastrointestinal things happening, and I would like them to happen. Again, back to we opposite sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, I can't stop going.
Fair enough, my guy.
You're like, sometimes I go once a week, and I'm like, sometimes I go 7 times a day.
Yeah, and you know, I wish we could both find a healthy medium, but here we are.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Just hot girls with tummy issues, man.
Yeah, it's called hot girl tummy for a reason. Mattie, do you want to open the package?
I can open the package. Yeah, hold up. Hold on.
I want you to open the package.
Okay. Burnsy sent me something that she designed for her wonderful, wonderful website, and she wants me to, and I haven't been allowed to open it until it was on camera, on video, so...
Yeah.
Here we go.
ASMR package.
Are you serious?
What?
Oh,
what?
You're fucking adorable. Can I just... So much of you so quirky! Oh, I love that! That's
I'm so glad.
Cute.
Do you
I
like
love
the sparkles?
Yes, that is everything.
I'm so glad you like it.
You want me to put it on?
If you want to. Okay, as Mattie is putting the shirt on, This shirt is now available as of right now. I had just published it. It is available on the website, which is super exciting. Just clicked all the buttons.
Click all the buttons.
You look
Go
great.
support Burnsy because it's so cute. It's so fun, so cute, so quirky.
So fun, so cute, so quirky. Now on designsbyburnsy.com.
Love it. Gorgeous. It
My
happened.
favorite thing is like when Hunter and I are cuddling together and he's like all up on me, and I just rip a nasty one.
Right against him, you're like, well,
And I'm like, this is your fault. You decided to be right
this
here.
is how we're cuddling. Yeah.
When I was back home, I don't know why it came up. It came up somehow, but like it was in the air of like me taking my mom and grandmother out for brunch and then doing our nails and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We came back. I came back from the bathroom at the nail salon and my mom and her friend were talking. And I came back and I was like, oh, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, oh, we're just planning your wedding without me. And I was like, without me? Why? Also, what are your ideas? I would love to know.
Exactly.
Let me know. Yeah. They only had positive things to say about this man.
That is a very good thing. That is all you want
Yeah.
to hear from your friends. You don't want your friends or your family to just be like, yeah, I kind of fucking hate that person. And you're like, oh, cool.
Well, I don't think my mom would ever outwardly say anything negative to me. Like, my mom, if she had negative thoughts about my brother, like, for example, my brother's ex-girlfriend, lots of negative thoughts, would share them with me, but not with him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, if my mom doesn't like someone, she won't say anything. That's how you know she does. She just keeps her distance. She doesn't interject. She doesn't want to be a part of it.
She's just like,
She won't ask.
and you know what? I'm okay with that. I feel like as much as like
Like,
I'm a gossipy hoe, like sometimes you just need to like
yeah.
remove yourself, and that's okay.
Well, yeah, my mom and I love to talk shit. Just like if it's like someone who's involved with me, she's just like, never mind. Actually,
She's
I'm
like,
gonna.
you don't need my opinion. You can do
Yeah,
what you want, and that's okay.
yeah. She'll ask me about you all the time, though.
Because I'm amazing.
Yes, correct. She always wants to know. She's always like, "How's Mattie doing?" I'm like, "So good, but also so bad." I was like, "She's really stressed out of her mind right now."
It will be upcoming, probably tomorrow, starting tomorrow. But like, I don't know, for the past, I got like a week or two break because I quit the one show and then school's out. So there's a lot less to do for things. Starting next week though, it'll take me maybe like a day to paint the Shakespeare Festival. I start painting things for NIF, which is the National Institute of Flamenco, which they have a show. Jesus
Well, yeah,
fucking Christ. I don't have a code name for him. I'm just gonna, cause like Richard, he's a good man. He's an older man. I wanted to fight him the other day when I was in the shop because he was like, so are you still painting? And I was like, hey, like they never reached out to me and like confirmed that they wanted me to paint this. I haven't heard anything else. And
for
like,
flamenco.
yeah, she was supposed to email me. The main woman was supposed to email me and be like, oh, like, do you want to get paid hourly? Do you want to get paid a stipend? Like, blah, 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 blah. She never reached out. But also on top of that, like, she was supposed to email me after she had, like, gotten clarification on, because we have paint elevations, but the thing is, like, the reference photos that they put on the elevation versus the drawing are completely different, like, colors and, like, levels of aging and stuff like that. And so she was supposed to get clarification on that. She never emailed me that she got the clarification. And so, like, last week, Richard was like, so are you painting? I was like, hey, like, they never reached out for me. And then he's essentially just started fucking, and like, he does it. And it's because he's an older gentleman, mansplaining everything back to me again. And I was like, I just shut up and like held my tongue because I essentially want to be like, I have no problem painting this as long as they fucking tell me what I'm painting and then get me my paint. But they've not reached out to me and I'm not going to make the effort to like reach out to them first because they want my services. They have to do the groundwork, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was mansplaining at me, and I was just not fucking happy about it.
No. Yeah, I'm not excited for this life.
It's okay.
I told my parents this weekend, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to stay in theater full time. And they were like,
Okay.
I thought they were going to have a visceral reaction to that just because it's been like, I don't know how to explain it. I knew my dad wouldn't give it a shit about it. Like, I knew he wouldn't care. But I thought my mom would have, like, made more of a fuss
Yeah.
than she did because, like, my mom and then her friend that we all went to brunch with, they both are very, like, you're gonna be like so amazing and everyone in your field is going to know who you are and you're going to make it in the theater industry and you're going to do the thing, like they're overly supportive in like the best way possible. So I
Yeah.
thought when I was like, hey, I think I might want to do like interior design, home staging for retail photography stuff,
It's
I
like
thought they were going to like lose it. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this full time anymore. I think the big part of it for me is like, I'm just really tired of relying on my body to physically exert to make the art. Like, I don't mind the mental process. It's just physically exhausting and my body hurt all time.
that's fair, that's valid. My parents have been fairly supportive of the whole theater thing, but they like very much push for me to like do more design because they're like, you're gonna come to a time and a point where you physically cannot paint anymore. And like, how are you gonna make money? And I was like, I know. And like, I do love design. I'm enjoying the painting while I can. But I woke up this morning sneezing my ass off and I was like, why? Because my allergies have not been that bad. And then I woke up this morning and I was like,
Is something in bloom? Like,
no, probably. Or the pollen count was higher today or something. I don't know. I usually don't check that stuff.
are you drinking a cock?
Yes, I did have a I did have a cock.
A cock?
Yes, I'm a cock kind of a girl. I'm not a doctor girl. So unfortunately. Yeah.
That could go in so many ways. That could mean so many things.
I like Coca-Cola. Typically like the
Mhm.
zero sugar. You are more of like a Dr. Pepper fan than I am.
I have fallen out of the Dr. Pepper
You've fallen
fandom.
out of the Dr. Pepper. Because
It's
like
become too much.
that's fair. To be fair, like our whole first fucking summer, that's all everyone goddamn drank. They just bought Dr. Pepper and they drank fucking Dr. Pepper and it was a lot. Do
Oh
you
my
not
god, I
remember?
do remember that. They would buy like the 24 packs, like the big boxes of them,
It would be
and be
gone in
like,
like a day.
okay, everyone needs to be buying boxes and like helping add to the Dr. Pepper like collection. And I was like,
Like literally, like they drank it more than they drank water. It was wild.
it was a lot. I mean, when I was drinking soda, I liked Dr. Pepper a lot. I used to not like Mountain Dew, and now I'm more of a Mountain Dew person. And I've always liked Coke though.
That's fair. I've always been a Coke person. I don't know why.
Like fuck Pepsi. I don't know.
I'm okay with Pepsis. To be fair, like they're kind of okay. Originally, when they were made, they were just the same formula. One was just meant to be drinking cold, and the other was meant to be drinking warm. Yeah,
Which
did
one
you
was
not know
meant to be
that?
cold and which one was meant to be warm?
So I believe Coca-Cola came first, and so the original recipe for Coca-Cola was like warm Coca-Cola, and that's how most people drank them. And then like refrigerators became like a very common household thing to have. And so Pepsi made theirs. I think it's Pepsi. Yeah, Pepsi would make theirs to be put in the fridge. And so had you refrigerated a Coca-Cola and put a Pepsi out to warm up and drink in them, they would have tasted the exact same because it was essentially the same formula. One was just meant to be cold versus warm.
Huh.
Yeah.
But they taste so different now.
Yeah, well, okay, but yeah, Coca-Cola also used to have fucking cocaine in it. So, like, of course the recipes have changed. Bring back
You
the
know,
cocaine.
I love I
Personal
really love
opinion.
like the Victorian era, how in like the late 18 and early 1900s, and they're just like, yeah, do some like cocaine about it. Do
Yeah, they're
some meth about it.
like, oh, you have like a little bit of a cold? Yeah, cocaine, man. Clear it right up
Yeah.
for you.
They're like mental illness, foxglove.
Yeah, they're just like, here, just like go hallucinate and you'll be great. And then everybody was like, yeah, that sounds correct.
They're just like, how can we sedate these people?
See, but cocaine's not what you want to give to somebody to sedate them.
No.
Cocaine makes you
Well, it's
wild.
like, but they would be like, oh, this person is either, if they're a man and not doing well mentally, do some hallucinogens about it and like sedate
Exactly.
them. If you're a woman not doing well, how can we make you orgasm? Like,
Exactly. They're like, hysteria. How do we get rid of this? Just different pleasure centers of the brain. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's almost like men couldn't figure it out.
Wild. Who would have thunk? Men not making
Crazy.
women come for the majority of history? Wild. Oh, also speaking of Mountain
Can't
Dew,
relate. Yes, Mountain Dew.
because I went to a party, as you know, fucking 3 days ago, I think.
No,
Technically.
was it that long ago?
Friday.
Oh my
It was
god, it
Friday.
was 3 days ago.
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to bring like drinks and stuff like that because like that's the courteous fucking thing to do at a party is you bring your own beer, but it doesn't have to fucking be beer because beer, in my personal opinion, is gross as shit.
I also don't like beer.
I bought like the pack of the 4 different flavored spiked like different Baja, like Mountain Dew Baja Blast flavors.
I see
Shit
where
was
this is going.
good. Like it was actually pretty fucking good. Cause like they went so quickly, and so it's like there's regular Baja flavor. I think there's a fruit punch, a pineapple, and a mango. All of them are pretty fucking good. I would recommend. And like you can't really taste the alcohol. To be fair, it's only like 5% alcohol per can, so it's like nothing, but like
Yeah.
pretty good still.
I'm pretty sure the alcohol that they use in Mountain Dew is there's the burp. Oh my god. The
Noise.
alcohol they use in the Mountain Dew like Baja spiked drinks is beer. It's like a beer base. It's like a
It's okay, yeah.
fermented.
Most of those little like even like all of the little fun fruity little like pre-mixed drinks that come in a pack, almost all of them are a malt beverage based, which means that they're essentially like beer based. So like I can only say I hate beer to a specific degree. Yes, I am a fruity little drink kind of a girl. If you can make it taste not like the alcohol, I love it. So
I feel like if Mountain Dew did their thing but it replaced the malt beverage with actual vodka,
I don't like vodka. I fucking
no,
despise vodka.
I feel like I would not be able to put it down and I don't drink.
Literally, no, I will not drink something if it has vodka in it. If I can taste the vodka, it's a fuck no for me. I fucking hate it. Literally at the party, everybody was like, "Oh my god, wait, it's your birthday?" Because it was somebody else's birthday party. They're like, "You have to do a shot for your birthday." And then all of the fucking shots, like all of the like pourable alcohol was like all vodka or like pink fucking Whitney. And they're like, "Do you want this?" And I was like, "Absolutely not."
I
And then they're
hate
like, "Well, you
taking a
have to
shot of
shoot
Pink Whitney.
something." And so like I found the one fucking bottle of just like dark rum. And they're like, and everybody looked at me and they're like, "You're gonna just shoot straight rum?" And I was like, "Yes." Like, what do you mean? You're gonna shoot fucking rubbing alcohol? What the hell is the difference here? Like, goddamn.
This one at least has spices in it.
Like,
At least it has something other
I
than
thought
burn. Oh
something. Like,
my god. The last bad experience that I've had with rum, it wasn't me. It was a friend of mine. My god, wait, two people. One of them got like so drunk. This is when I was still like throwing house parties.
nice.
Yeah. And one of my pens is open. I can't. Let me check all of them now. It's the OCD coming out. Sorry.
You're good.
She was like on the floor of my bathroom. She like slept on the floor of my bathroom for like the entire night and then woke up with like the worst hangover and I made her ramen. There were multiple people at this party but that slept over, but yeah, she was one of the worst. She was not having a good time. And then the time before that, that it's too graphic actually. I can't tell you.
It's okay.
If I tell
My
you I have
first,
to edit it out.
do what you will, my guy. I mean, my first house party, a girl, I was up at like Tech. I was up in Socorro, which is like 2 fucking hours away, and they don't even have a movie theater. They're like, literally everyone there is an alcoholic because there's fucking nothing to do in that goddamn town.
Yeah,
Um,
that's not surprising.
a girl locked herself in the bathroom fully drunk and just had like a mental breakdown, and people had to crawl through the fucking window to get her out. And it was remember, I don't have a code name for him. I don't know if we need one, but went to
Yeah,
Vegas
that
with
guy.
him.
Yes, that
It was
guy.
his girlfriend at the time because that was like years before we were friends technically. And then that's when I first met Amanda, which we love Amanda. You've never met Amanda. But yeah, so it was his girlfriend in the bathroom. She locked herself in and like 4 people had to fucking get through the window to fucking open this thing and like calm her down. And then Mary drove us home and me and Amanda made drunk macaroni and just passed the fuck out. And it was a great time.
Do you remember our first summer, our first like big party?
Opening?
I think it was
The
opening,
first
and
time
like
I
we were
ever
all
got
at
drunk in
Gulp.
my life. And
Yeah,
you
we were.
cried on the toilet? Was that night?
I cried on the toilet, and fucking Daniel walked in on me.
And you thought it was me, and it wasn't.
You were there. Were you not there? You were
I was
not
not.
there.
You had
I
Ren
was
and
crying
Maya.
because of you.
Because of the guy you were flirting with at the time. Because he came from New Mexico with me, so we were friends, and I was drunk for the first time, and that was a wild experience to thing. And yeah, so things happened, but I didn't go for this man, and then that ended up not being a great situation for you, anyways. So
No, that went so horribly wrong. But anyway, literally, I was crying because of you, and not because of you, but like we
yeah,
worked it out. But anyway, um, yeah, I remember. I was literally, I think was it just Kaya and Maya with me, or no, Ren was there.
I think it was Ren and Maya. I mean, Kaya might have been there, but Kaya was like in and out of other places too.
I definitely saw Kaya and Daniel at least for like a second, and they were outside on the pigment benches. I
Yeah,
can't
because I
remember if
saw
she was
Kaya
in there with
outside.
me. I can't believe I was literally crying on the toilet. He just like walked in.
But, like, also, I don't know how to describe you better than, like, on a toilet and, like, crying over something.
No, it's correct. It's very accurate. Did you not walk in as well after that?
I don't think I did.
Hmm.
I remember most of that night. I do not remember you crying on a toilet.
You know, now that I think about it, I can't remember where like Kate was or the Noise Boys or like anybody was. Were they even
The
there?
Noise Boys, I was in the same room with them, but they were, like, talking to the other girls, and then I was talking to a bunch of the band guys because, yeah, that's how that happened. Hmm. And then Kate was just off doing Kate shit, because Kate
Kate went and did the Kate things.
Yep. Kate was off doing Kate shit, and we fucking love her for that.
Shout
So.
out to Kate. She knows what she did.
She knows what she did, and we fucking love Kate so goddamn much on this channel. I still text Kate. I'm like, because we're in the middle of getting puppets and shit, and Kate is the puppet person, and I just keep being like, Kate, these puppets, man. And she's just like, I love them.
I watch her Yog vlogs on Snapchat.
Valid.
Mm-hmm. And I'll comment on those every once in a while and be like, you should try this one.
Fair enough. I'm pretty sure, Kate, after you posted the first video with us together of this, she was like, oh my god, I'm obsessed already. And I was like, so she's Kate, shout out. If you listen to this, Kate.
Was that on Instagram?
I'm pretty sure Kate Snapchatted me. We have a streak going, the way you and me have a streak. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my younger brother posted a picture. Anyway, he's just such a teenager. I don't know.
That's a very good description.
There's nothing on Instagram that I'm seeing of her commenting, but I don't remember posting it anywhere on Snapchat either.
See, no, I think she just like texted me on Snapchat and was just like, hey.
She saw it and was like,
Yeah.
this,
Well,
okay,
she follows you, so. Yeah.
Yeah. But she texted you and not me. What the heck?
We still love you, Kate. Again, I
We
have
still
a
love
streak
Kate.
with her.
Yeah,
So.
I do not. Are there more bikers? What are you looking at?
Fucking dune buggy ass bitches is what I'm looking at.
Dune buggy ass bitches?
People on like ATVs and like little like go-kart bullshit things, just again driving around in the middle of the desert because they can.
My cousin, who I went to visit a few years ago, it was the summer before my first summer in Ohio. Nope, it was 2 summers before. Nope, 1 summer before. Anyway, it doesn't matter when I went.
It was a summer.
But I went to go visit my cousin and her kids and her soon-to-be husband. I don't think they're married yet. I feel like I would have heard about it. Anyway, she has a great podcast. You should go listen to it at some point. It's called Built for Growth by Misha Tate, and she's great. Anyway, I went to go visit with her, and she has like a dune buggy thingy bob, and we would take it out and like drive around in the desert. But like also there was like her house is like it was in a neighborhood, but she was like kind of cornered on the street, so the rest of it was just open desert. Do you know what I'm saying?
No. My neighborhood's like good portion just surrounded by open desert, and then most people here have like at least an acre of land to themselves, if not like a little bit more. So it's just desert. Again, everybody who comes out here fucking tells me I live in the boonies, which I don't agree with, but like that's just my own personal opinion. To be fair, I had a whole day where I was sending you Snapchats about the amount of people getting stuck in the wash because I thought it was funny.
Yes, it was your cat TV.
It was my cat TV. It was just so much fun. It was so fun. To be fair, I posted that on my Snapchat story, like the fucking semi-truck in the wash, which if you people are listening and you don't know what a wash is like a drainage ditch. But because I live in the desert, it is just sand. And it's loose sand, but they are still dangerous and you don't play in them when it looks like it's gonna rain because one of the number one like deaths, like accidental deaths in a desert is drowning from flash floods because like sand does not absorb that quickly, so the water just goes on top and like it's a whole big fucking problem. But yeah, so a fucking
Can you not just swim out of it?
Oh, it's like they're like rapids almost, like they're fast moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I could be a pro. I grew up in Florida.
Fair enough. You grew up next to water. I'm pretty sure I've met a couple people out here who don't know how to swim because like we have lakes, a couple of them, but like not everybody travels to go swimming in a lake. And then like remember, highly Hispanic population. A lot of children are told not to play next to rivers and creeks because of like La Llorona. So like yeah, people don't know how to swim here. And that's okay because we are landlocked for the most part out here. But yeah, a semi-truck decided he was gonna avoid all of the road construction happening right outside my house and drive through hills and dips and soft, soft dirt, thinking that his big wheels could just get him through it. No, they could not, so he got himself stuck in a wash, and it caused a lot of other chaos with the other cars that had been trying to avoid the traffic, and it's all outside of my window, so I was just watching it and, like, laughing to myself about people.
How long did it take for them to get the semi out?
Let's see, I
Did
think
they bring another semi to get the semi?
they had to. Ooh, I can't. My dad said what the name of it was. It was like a giant, giant fucking like rig, sort of a like towing thing, like the thing they use to like tow out like huge machinery. Like they had to get one out here. I would say that the semi, like we're gonna do some quick math. The semi got stuck right before my sister got home, and she probably got home around 3 o'clock that night, and it did not leave until like 7 or 8. So it was there for a couple hours. And it was glorious, in my humble opinion.
I mean, you did say they were annoying you.
Yeah, okay, but they've like ruined the topography of like our wash and our little hill next door, and like people continue to try to like ram through the fucking barricades, even though like if you see where the barricades are, then there's just like a 40-foot, not even a 40-foot, but like a 20-foot drop because they've dug out all of the dirt. People going around in the desert, yeah, that makes sense. But the amount of people who still try to come up and just go straight through the goddamn construction and it sets off an alarm, and I'm like, you people just stop, because it's also right outside my window.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Some people are just stupid.
Yeah.
Some people suck.
Some people do suck. Truly. Fair, we both had like fairly long weekends. Like you went up and you visited your family, which I find visiting family exhausting myself.
My God. Can I just tell you really fast how, like, fucking exhausting that was? Every time I set up plans to go on a trip to visit my family, I get really excited. And I'm like, I'm gonna have a nice, relaxing time and hang out with my family, and it'll be great. And then I get there, and it's just chaos the whole time. And everyone's having feelings, and I was like, whoa. Every time I'm like, whoa, everyone has so many feelings. And they all express them vocally loudly and like physically
Just a lot.
express the feelings instead of just like feeling their feelings and then talking about it. And I'm like, whoa. Do you know what I mean?
No, I fully know what you mean. Me and my sister will look at each other several times anytime we have to travel with our parents, even with one another, and we'll just look at each other and we'll go, this family makes me want to murder people because, like, Jesus fucking Christ.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. One of my first times going to, like, because this is something that always stuck with me, and this does have to do about, like, honeydew, carrot, and cucumber.
Okay.
We were all going to, like, okay, like, honeydew wasn't going to USITT, but carrot and cucumber going to USITT, and I was still, like, on the fence of if I wanted to go or not. And then, like, I very viscerally remember it because they were like, oh, you're just not going because honeydew's not going. And I was just like, no, I just, like, traveling's kind of a nightmare, and I don't know if I want to put up with that with, like, the fucking 20 other people that were supposed to be going. And they, like, just didn't seem to believe me, and I was like, but, like, all of my other travel experience has been with my family, and it's always a fucking nightmare. And,
Yeah.
like, yeah, and so, like, it was, like, the first time I was confronted with the fact that, like, not everybody's family is, like, horrible to travel with or travel to, and I was like, I guess this is not, like, a universal experience, so,
No. No.
No.
Traveling to Ohio alone, like driving out there, kind of slaps.
Truly. I Snapchatted you this. I think I'm going stir crazy just slightly, and that is okay. That happens. I think I just kind of want a road trip through, like, the east and southern part of this fucking country,
I
because
want
those are
to
all
go.
like, I haven't seen a lot. Like, I would love to go back to Louisiana. Like, we went to New Orleans, great, fun, but, like, a lot of what, like, I find appealing about the South is specifically, like, the greenery, like, the geography and all that, because I don't have that out here. What?
Don't know if I ever told you about this plan that I wanted to go do the thing, but we're gonna go do the. Okay, wait, we could do. Hold on. Okay, so I was thinking about this. I was talking about this with my co-painter. My idea was I was gonna have like a bachelorette where like we all go to Universal, and because like a lot of more people that are gonna be in my wedding party are like Florida locally and like live closer by. So like we could meet up in Orlando, go to Universal, have the best time. And then I was like, but I want a separate bachelorette with just you. And I either want to go to Savannah, Georgia, which there's like witchy little shops and things and art exhibits and stuff out there.
Yes.
And like soaps and things, and it's like we're really pretty and cute and like old towny and like the buildings are falling apart, but in a beautiful way. Or we go to Salem.
I'd be so fucking
Because
down to go to Salem.
because my wedding will be in October. So
That's true.
it'll be
No, I agree. Yeah, I'm down. I'm so fucking down. I'm prepared to take a lot of time off next year, specifically for your wedding.
yeah. If you don't, I'm gonna be really mad.
Like, cause like my only thing would be like typically our shows go up like, but they go up late October, and we're doing our 2 fucking big ones this goddamn fall. So I swear to God, next fall they better not be like, well, we want to do another musical. Fuck you, bitch. No, I don't have time for that.
So like Hop could definitely have it under control by then.
Yeah, it's more just like painting, but like again, I feel like these 2 shows that we're about to do are about to be very big, like paint and prop and set heavy things, which I feel like would mean, and we know we almost never do any big shows in the spring. So next fall, I feel like they're not going to want to do anything this big again, because I have a feeling we're not going to make the money back. And that is okay, because we just don't sell things very well, but that's fine. So yeah, so I'm like, they get to do their big one now, because then I will be unavailable next fall and they can just fucking bite me on that one. Cause yeah.
We
Yeah.
could just road trip up.
I want
to
to. I want
Mass.
to. I would love to, because like, yeah, I want, like, I've been to New York when I was like in 8th grade, but we had like a nightmare of a like tour guide making us go through New York, and I was like, I want to see it in my own, like, you know, like on my own
I
terms.
loved going to New York.
But like, I want to go to like Boston, and I want to see, like, I want to go to Nashville, and I do want to go to Georgia. I want to see where I was born in Georgia, very specifically. Like,
Where
I was
in
born
Georgia?
it's like a little military, like, Air Force town, Valdosta.
I've been there.
Yeah, I was born there. I would like to see it at some point.
It's not Wild Adventures. Yes, it is. Wild Adventures theme park. There's like a little small theme park. It's Wild Adventures in Valdosta, Georgia.
Okay,
I've
cool.
been there a bunch of times.
Yeah, was where I was born originally.
Yeah.
But we left when I was like 2, so I have no like cognitive memory of that place.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've just, because as I've been saying to you, I just want to like kind of road trip through like the east and the south, and then like back up to like the north, but like all on the eastern side of this fucking state or this country, just because like Colorado, Arizona, California, Oregon / Washington, I've been through like the majority of those areas, like the Dakotas and shit. Like, no, I have not, but I don't give a shit. But like everything that way, not really. And I would like to see it. So
Yeah. We can
Yeah.
make that happen.
Yeah.
This year, Hunter is making me a birthday cake, and I'm really excited about it.
What kind of cake is he making you? Also, if he's not already on it, your birthday is soon. Like,
Yeah, no, we talked about it. I don't care what it tastes like. I care about what it looks like. Because we went to Michael's to get something very specific. I can't remember what it was. But we found these candles that look like amethyst crystals, like long amethyst crystal shards.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, I want these. And he was like, I'll get them for you. We went to go get ribbon so I could tie up my parents' presents and things. Anyway, and I was like, I'll get them he was like, I'll get them for you, like for your birthday. You want a birthday cake? And I was like, I would love a birthday cake with these candles on them, please. Yes. Thank you. And he was like, okay, well, what kind of a cake do you want? What are you thinking? And I was like, I have a vision. I know exactly what I want. I was like, I want a red velvet cake covered in white frosting.
I just had a red velvet cake. That was my birthday cake. I had whipped cream
Well,
frosting.
but I want white frosting of any kind, probably like buttercream or something, and then black frosting detailing
Okay.
with the purple amethyst candles on top.
Fuck
And
with
I
it.
want it to be like gothic and like cutesy. Like put some buttresses on there or something, okay?
Yeah, exactly. No, I see it.
Mhm.
I fuck with it. I see the vision. Sometimes that's all you want is like a specific cake. My cake last year was what I wanted. That was the thing I got. I like told my sister a year in advance. I was like, I just want one of those vintage fucking heart cakes. And she was like, heard. And then she did it. And like she literally went to the place and she was like, this, and they're like vintage swag. And she was just like, yeah.
Good. Last year I made Hunter's cake. It was also a red velvet cake, but he wanted it to be camo
Nice.
because he is Florida man.
Florida man, that's okay. Remember, I literally just got a jersey for the Texas Tailgaters, and half it was because they were Cowboys, because you got to appreciate them. Just a little, you know? Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how to make that work, but I think I can make that work. I
Yeah.
made it work.
I was like, I couldn't think of, like, yeah, camo. Because, like, I can think of, like, the little shapes you kind of have to make, but, like,
Yeah, I just did like a bunch of different green colors and I kind of made like smushed it all together
and then
and
just,
like
like, smooth it.
and I took a knife and smoothed it out a little and
Okay.
like kind of blended it and I was like, this looks like something
Camo adjacent, and that's all you need.
close enough.
That's all we can ask for. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's the fact that you made it that makes it great.
Exactly. Honestly, it was not a good cake. It was dry. It
It
was
happened.
it was something. I also made the cake wrong
What do you
and
mean?
I got 3 boxes of like cake mix and then I
Yeah.
mixed 2 of them together, thinking I only bought 2. And then I went, no, I needed to make separate sheets of the cake so that I could stack it. And then I forgot and it like became this whole thing. And then I burnt one of the
A whole thing. It's okay. When I made my sister's birthday cake, I don't know if I used boxes. I think I like just like freeballed it, but like
I'm not
those fuckers
confident enough
came
for
out
that.
dense. They were like cool. She loved it because like that's what she likes. But yeah, it was like a lot. I was like, oh, too much.
Is no, angel food cake is not dense.
Angel food
Angel
cake
food
is the
cake's
very light.
light.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of devil's food cake.
I think Devil's is supposed to be like the like decadent sort of chocolate, like rich sort of a yeah. I haven't seen Devil's food cake in a very long time, actually.
Me neither. Now that I think about it. Is it just me or my neck look real long?
I haven't been paying attention to that.
I feel like my neck look real long. It's because
I feel
my
like we
shirt is
only
like all stretched out.
I feel like we mostly only notice our like what we perceive as our flaws as our own, just because like, oh my god, the parties I go to, there's a guy who always takes photos, and he's a good fucking photographer. I hate the fucking photos he takes of me every goddamn time.
I don't know why. You're so pretty. Why would you hate any of them?
Because I'm a very expressive person. So he always catches they're like candid and he always catches me when I'm like in the middle of like doing a large expression. And so like they're not the most flattering photos. They're interesting, but it's not like aesthetically like pretty. Does that make sense?
You are an aesthetically pretty kind of like photo person though.
Yeah. So like they're good photos. It's just like if I were to take a photo of myself, I would not take it that way. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
I understand. I have
Yeah.
noted this and I know to do better in the future.
It's simply because he always catches me in the middle of a big expression and I sit there and I'm like, no. It's also because, like, I swear to God, most of the other people he catches their faces of, he's mostly getting them while they're smiling. And, like, I almost never have photos of me smiling when he takes them. It's just me in the middle of, like, talking or being weird. And I'm like, why do you hate me? He doesn't. He says he enjoys my face, but, like,
Remember when we went to some random place? Rainbows. Sorry. My sun catcher is putting rainbows on the wall right now. It's so nice. Remember when we went to Cincinnati?
when we went in
No.
the geese and the photos,
Yes. We went and we did a whole little girlies trip and then we took photos at this random little like pond area.
was it? I don't think it was Cincinnati. It was like, it wasn't Columbus, though.
Columbus. Nope.
Was it Columbus? It might have been Columbus. Because it
No, I
wasn't
think it was
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
I don't think
Was
it
it?
was because remember, like Savannah was from Cincinnati. I don't
Maybe
think
it
we went
was
to
Columbus
Cincinnati.
then because we went somewhere kind of more hippy dippy.
I think we went to Columbus because that's also where like we went to the German place and Anne loved their mustard.
Yes.
And then I got my leather jacket that I wear all the time now for like $20 because
At that vintage antique
yeah,
store.
the one that like
Dude, that
got
was a
unreasonably hot at the top level.
yes. That was a really great store though. I liked that
It
store a
was.
lot.
Because it was just like there was like so much shit, like because it was like it's like the way a lot of vintagey like thrift stores are. It's like a bunch of different people's stuff in like little areas, but like they had a lot of shit. Like people had a lot of their good like vintage shit just like all over. So
It
yeah,
was just so like curated and everything was just really cutesy. I almost wanted to buy quite a few things from there and I didn't. I just got the one bag. But yeah, that was like so fun. And then we took those cute little like girly pop aesthetic photos.
yeah,
Yeah. And then Lana took our photos
yeah. For
on
the Hotel Hades,
the Hotel Hades set. Yeah.
love
One
those
of the
photos.
people that I've been interviewing for my old position did Orpheus and the Underworld recently, and there was this like big drop. It was like really cool. It was this really big drop, and it had like some girl like looking off with the drink, and then Hades was like, also with the drink. It's actually really cool. If I can find it, I'll send it to you. But yeah,
I loved that show. That was so much fun.
It is just such a good show. I think it's on our docket soon. It might be on our docket soon to like perform.
I don't think it is. I like the two shows we're doing. One of them is Little Shop because, of course, it's Little Shop,
I
which
wish they
I'm
were doing
excited.
that next year when I'm there so that I could come and like see it. I haven't
We're
seen
getting
Little Shop in
married.
person.
Remember, we plan to open Halloween night for
I
Little
thought
Shop
this.
this year.
I. You're right. Never mind. I'll shut up.
So you'd be getting married. You wouldn't be able to do it, which is why I'm kind of glad it's this year and not next year, because then hopefully next year again, there's like an easier show and I can just like get it all
Yeah.
done and then like dip. Because, yeah.
We would have to take like a whole week to go road trip to Salem and back.
I'm so aware.
It'll be so good though.
Ugh.
And I
Yeah.
just got my new car. It's not new, but
True.
new to
It's
me.
new to you. New to you counts as being new.
I'm gonna miss my car.
And that's okay.
Like a lot.
I like my car. My car's still doing good. I think when I have to get rid of my car, I will be sad about it.
Yeah. I think when we move out there, because we were just talking about this on the way back from the grocery store earlier. Hunter wants, I was telling him about trading my car with my mom, and then she's selling my car to get her new car, and it's like a whole thing. He was looking up how much his car was worth to see if he traded it in, how much he could get for it and everything.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about getting not another truck, but something kind of truck-like where he can still haul things and has four-wheel drive, because his truck doesn't currently have four-wheel drive for out there. And still be bigger, but also like a family car.
Are you looking at like Broncos?
No, his dad recently got, I think it's like some type of Jeep, I want to say.
Okay.
That's like really, it's like a big SUV type Jeep, and it's like long. I don't know how to explain anything.
It's okay.
But he was like, yeah, that would be something that I would want. And he was looking at other ones, and they were like, the minimum for like a four-wheel drive car that he is interested in is like 30,000. But he could sell his car for 20 something thousand. So I was like, that's not a bad car payment at all.
You want to know something that you can look forward to while being out here for cars? No rust. Your car will not rust or corrode. There is not enough moisture in the air for it to do that.
That is so true. My car was rusting on the front. There was rust happening.
No, I remember watching Eli, one of the Noise Boys, have to try to change his fucking battery, and he couldn't because of the amount of rust and corrosion from being a fucking Michigander.
I remember that too.
Yup.
I also remember Kaya coming over and be like, hey guys, what is going on? And we were like, nothing. Nothing at all. Why would you ask?
Just watching people change their. To be fair, I'd never seen a car where you had to take off the front fucking wheel to access the goddamn battery. That was the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Correct. And then he like successfully changed the battery, but he couldn't tighten it down enough to actually get the car to start.
Yeah. He also
like,
dropped the car on his wrist and we had to help him lift it. Were you there for that moment? I don't think you were there for that moment. Me and
I don't
Mason
think
had
I
to
was
lift
there
the
for
car
that
off of
moment.
him. Yeah. Because the jack slipped.
I'm glad I wasn't there.
Yeah, his
I
arm
would've
was like up
cried.
under in like the wheel well, and the jack slipped. And so like wheel that's still kind of there, and car, and like his arm, and like yeah, it was a whole thing.
No. I'm so glad I was not there.
It was fine. Wasn't that also, I swear to God, wasn't that the same day where I got bit by a bunch of fucking mosquitoes and you forced me to take Benadryl because I welt like nobody's business?
I don't remember this either.
So I remember this. I remember because like I get a big reaction to mosquitoes, and mosquitoes like me. Also, fun fact for our listeners, mosquitoes are attracted to dark colors. So if you feel like you get eaten alive a little bit more when you're just like wearing your leggings, you are, because they are attracted to the dark color because it gives off heat, essentially. Yeah. So, but like,
I knew that they were able to smell you better the more heat you gave off. So if you're like actively exercising, exerting a lot of heat, they'll like find you faster.
Sam, wear denim around mosquitoes because they can't really penetrate that, and that's okay.
I have worn denim around
And they've gotten
mosquitoes, and they've bitten me on my ass.
Okay, but was it like true denim or was it like skinny jean denim?
I don't think I've ever owned a pair of pants that were true denim in my life. So never mind.
It's okay. But yeah, so I get like huge fucking welts when I get bitten because I have like a major reaction. And I remember you fucking looking at me and you're like, you need allergy medication. Like, that is not normal. And I was like, this is normal for me. What are you talking about? And then you forced me to take Benadryl.
I also remember I was having the scoots one night and I was like, hey, does anyone need anything from what's that drugstore that we would go to all the time?
Drug Mart?
Drug Mart. I was like, does anyone need anything from Drug Mart? I'm gonna go. Mason was like, oh, I'll come with you. And I was like, no, please. I'm gonna lose my bowels. He was like, yeah, it'll be fun. I'll drive us. And I was like, okay. And I was sitting there. I was like, don't fart, don't fart, don't fart. The whole like 2 minute drive. And then we got there and I was like, okay, now I need to like get a bunch of other medications. So
So he
it
doesn't.
doesn't look like that I'm just buying Imodium. So I got like a bunch of different things and I came back. I had like allergy meds that were non-drowsy and drowsy. I had Imodium. I had like cold and flu medicine. I had Vicks Vapor Rub. I bought everything. Yeah, I bought everything.
You know what? Good for you.
We all had pain meds for like the rest of the season, so
Yeah. And we all kind of fucking needed it. Oh my god, I just recently shared people with people my like my blood, sweat, and tears album on my phone. And they're like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, I take photos of all the bruises I get. And it started, and the very first photo of that album is the photo you took of my legs after our very first strike. And everybody looks at me and they're like, Mattie, what the fuck? And I'm just like, hey, I can't
we're
help it.
just girly pops in a male dominated field. I don't know what you want
Yeah.
from me.
I have thin skin and I bruise really bad and I don't know what people want from me.
Fucking anemic.
Maybe. I don't know.
Ice cream truck is back.
Go get ice
Still
cream.
playing Beethoven. No, I don't want ice cream.
That's right.
That'll hurt my tummy.
Do you remember after getting hurt and then you had to have Alliance emergency stop at a Walmart so you could go in and
Dude,
just...
I was driving. I was driving us to Hartzler's
Yeah.
and we got ice cream and then we were driving to Walmart to get groceries and I literally was like, Alliance, I'm not gonna make it. I have to stop the car right now. We have to fireman drill and I'm running inside. Can you please park my car? And I was like, my stomach was making loud sounds the entire way there. And Alliance was like, I got you. No problem. I ran my little tushy inside and I had a bad time.
Did you open my... I sent you TikToks. Did you open them yet? No?
I haven't opened TikTok in
It's
I don't
okay.
know how long.
It was a
I'm
while
so
back.
sorry.
It was essentially, it was just like, I'm pretty sure it was like the things where it's like, oh, me and you in like another universe and it's like as animals. But it was like, it very specifically said, and you're the one that's shitting because one of the animals was actively shitting. And I was like,
I think I did see that. I did see that. And I was like,
yeah.
that is me.
Uh,
Were they monkeys?
I think so. Or they were geese. There was a
They
lot of
might have
animals
been
in that video.
geese.
There was a lot of animals in that video. But yeah. Because I get a lot of those, and I'm always like, also, I forget that technically, your first name does not start with a B, because I'm so used to calling you Burnsy, like, so fucking used to it. Because I'll also get, like, those initial ones that come up across, and it's like, oh, you and this initial, and I always like M and B, and I'm like, wait, technically, M and K, but, like, also M and B.
You could choose whichever one you like better. Like, depending on the results. That's what I do. I always just, like, pick it based on what the results are. I'm like, I have 2 options, so.
Fair enough. Yeah, no. To be fair, when I say your name Burnsy, everybody's like, oh my god, that's such a cool name. And I'm like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. It also just fits you so well.
I know, right? Literally, someone asked me at work the other day. It wasn't the other day. It was like a while ago. It was like a week ago. Anyway, we were talking about, he offered to officiate our wedding. Because he had asked me, he was like, oh, are you guys going to get like just some pastor to come do it? And I was like, we're not really super religious. So I thought we would maybe get married by a friend. We haven't decided yet who will do it.
Fair enough.
Because like the 2 people that we were thinking are already going to be like involved in the wedding party situation. So we were like, they already have jobs. We don't want to put them to work. And he was like, oh, I'll get ordained. And okay. And I was like, okay, that sounds cool. And he was like, so are you gonna like change your name? Like, are you gonna change your nickname to something else? And I was like, why would I do that? And he was like, well, I mean, if you change your name, you won't be Burnsy anymore. And I was like, are you guys gonna fucking hurt my feelings and call me Boothy? Like, what do you mean?
No, I would always call you Burnsy. Also, like, I think in our field, like very specifically like the arts, it's not that uncommon for people to like legally change their last name but still go by the name they started in the industry in, because it's like you've made your name around this name, and like I think that's fairly common.
Yeah. I
I don't
still
know.
have it as like my legal name on what are those called? Like the playbills and stuff. Ooh, there's some little guys over there. He's foraging for food. They're both foraging for food.
I don't know.
My
I feel
little
like I wouldn't.
redheads.
Nice. I feel like unless somebody else's last name was cooler than mine, I might keep my last name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like my last name. I always have. But like if somebody comes out and they have like a like their last name's Dagger, who am I? Who am I to deny that name?
You just manifested that. That's gonna
I'm
happen
aware.
now.
Well, cause like hold up. Here we go.
You got it.
Swords. Oh, you can't fucking see them.
Girl.
I'm struggling. And then come August 18th, I get another sword down my spine.
Very exciting.
Ugh. We're gonna see if I'm a wimp. I like to say I have a very high pain tolerance, and I think I do for the most part. A spine tattoo is going to test me, and we're gonna see how much my pain tolerance can handle.
I really think you should probably ask if you can use some numbing cream.
I kind of want to raw dog it the first time. Well, because, like, it's probably going to be more than one session. Like, I'm aware of that fact. Because that's, like, a lot of, like, landscape to cover, almost.
Yeah. Are you
And
getting
so,
it? Is it like an outline, like, or are you getting it shaded in too?
I haven't seen the design yet. Like, she hasn't designed it yet. She knows what I want, though.
Okay.
But if it's anything based off what I've seen, it's probably gonna, like, the first session will probably be an outline, and then, like, the next session will probably be, like, shading and the whatnot. Because for the most part, I do like shading and stuff like that. So if I can't handle the outline, which the outline's never the worst part of a tattoo, it's always, like, the white and the shading. We good?
Yeah, sorry. What'd you get? Orange? Orange cream? Sorry, the redheads are having a time.
That's okay.
Jack, and Hunter. They're both orange guys.
You are also a redhead. Not currently, but, like,
Not currently, but yeah.
but naturally, underneath it all.
I do like the brown.
I fucks with the brown.
Yeah.
To be fair, I myself have brown hair, so I kind of have to fuck with it, you know?
I mean, you could not. You could just do whatever you want.
That's true. I think I'm gonna keep the brown just because I have started graying and I have to revel in what I have
Forget
until
this.
it's gone.
No, I think like the brown suits you because you have that like femme fatale kind of.
Okay,
My
great.
redheads. Hi.
Please.
Hello. He's just a little guy.
Little guy.
Yeah, the brown suits you because you have like that femme fatale kind of vibe with like all the daggers and swords and things. It's very
Yeah.
like dangerous, mysterious woman.
Plus, I've gone blonde before, and based off of my skin tone, it did not look good. It was not. No. It just made me look very washed out.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm. I love you. Blonde is not your color.
It's not my color, and that is okay, and I've come to learn that, and it's just because of, like, what I look like, and that's fine.
It's also not my color either.
I think the warmer blondes, okay, like, it either has to be, like, the warm blonde that leans towards, like, your natural red, because, like, it's kind of that vibe, or
Like a strawberry blonde.
or if you want to do the complete opposite end of the spectrum, like, almost like a, like, silvery blonde, but when you do the rest of your hair dark, because it's, like, a nice contrast.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, the sort of middle tone blondes that are, like,
No, not for me.
That's okay.
I have to
like
do
when
like
you did your calico, like, hair. Like a calico cat.
when I did like half of the bangs and then I did like stripes and
Yeah, where it was like you had brown and you had red and, like, different shades of things. I fucked with that. I liked that a lot.
yeah, that would have been. I did like that hair. That was nice. Oh, I might do it again. But I also had bangs then. I have bangs now, but they're not bangs. They're not straight across bangs like they
Yeah.
were.
You don't have
Oh,
to
no.
have the straight across bangs again. You can just do the color.
Guess not. Hunter doesn't like my bangs when I do straight across bangs. He doesn't like them.
Most of my childhood was just straight across bangs, so the swoopy, like, curtain bangs, I think, fit my face just a little bit better.
I don't know if I've landed on a hairstyle that like fits my face nice.
I don't know. I usually like what you do with your hair. So, like, I don't know. I
I
like
always
the
change it.
I know, but it's always just sort of the like a little wild and like a little like curly and just like it's a vibe. I will say when you had your bangs straight across, when you specifically just had your natural hair color and your bangs straight across, whenever you put it up in a ponytail, you looked like a school teacher just a little bit. Like just a little. Like
A
it was
school
very
teacher
yeah, but like a Miss Honey vibe from Matilda.
from Matilda?
Yeah, like sweet and kind and like cottage core.
Only when I put my hair up in a ponytail?
Yeah,
Huh.
I don't know why.
Interesting. Did I have like the soft connecting side pieces I came down?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, you gave like school teacher vibes, like in like a cottage school teacher kind of vibes, and it was a vibe. It was a specific kind of vibe.
Okay. Because I liked, for some reason in my head, when I think about bangs, I always think more of like, okay, I always think about girls with like black hair with bangs. And I'm like, it's so goth, it's so rock, it's so cool. But I
You can
can't
always
pull it
go pitch
off.
black. I've done it several times.
I'm worried about ruining my hair, going black, and never being able to go back.
See, okay, it depends on which black you use first and foremost, because not all
Well,
of them
so if I
stick
used
very
like an
well.
Arctic Fox one, it would be fine.
Yes, because I've gone black with Arctic Fox, and I've still like done color and stuff afterwards.
Do I need to bleach my current hair to be able to get it?
To go black?
Yeah.
No,
The Arctic Fox I won't need to open my cuticle at all?
I don't think so. I don't know. I've never had a big problem with black. Like a lot of the times, every time I've done black, it just like it takes. You could always do a test strand, dude. Just have like one like skunk stripe that's opposite, I guess, like inverted skunk stripe, just one black streak in the back
You're
to
so
test it,
right.
see if it works.
You're so right. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. This is
Because
genius.
like with my like when I had the peekaboo, every time I was like sort of getting over it, or like every time I've done like tips and stuff like that, as soon as I just don't like them, I will dye it black. And like half the time people don't even notice that I dye it black because my natural hair is very dark. And they're like, you dyed it? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, okay, I guess. And I was like, it happened. But yeah, black is my like end all be all. I'm like, if I hate everything I've done with my hair, back to black.
I think I'll do that for fall or winter. Because I'm gonna do, this is already like faded out. My hair in the front is so processed, it's bad. I think we're gonna do pink just to like bring it all together. The pink that was in it before. And then when fall hits, I'll do black and silver again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just
I'll
kind of
try the
waiting for
black.
these fucking tips to grow out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were so long before.
I know, because then I chopped them. I fully expected when I walked out to like for them to be almost all gone, and then they weren't. And they're just sitting at like a silver sort of greenish color.
Mm.
Yeah.
You could just dye them.
I could just dye them. I have like the color depositing conditioner in the shower. I just haven't used it again in a hot minute.
See that video of that girl who used like a blue conditioning dye thing and it stained everything except her hair?
No, I did not.
No?
I will say these fucking boxes, the boxes, because my mom got them from like a coworker who had tried them and didn't like them. The box says it shouldn't stain. God, it stains.
It stains.
It does stay in my hair though, but like Jesus fuck, like I'll walk out and my hands will be blue no matter how much, like for at least 2 days with all the washing I do still, and I'm like, whoop.
Oh, that reminds me, I need to steal gloves from work so I can dye my hair. I used the last pair that I had. I just steal them.
Fair enough, man. I raw dog it. I free ball, just bare hands.
Drives me nuts if I have dye on my hands. Just in case, but yeah, no, I think I want to do something spooky.
If I wasn't taller than you know what dress would be okay? I mean, it's a little slutty for like an engagement dress, but if it was like
Is it the dress?
the Beetlejuice dress,
No, wait, I don't know.
the one I took for Hotel Hades,
Yes, that one, that one, that one. Yes,
I
that
feel like
dress.
that would fit your vibe so well for like spooky engagement, but it's a little revealing, and I don't know if that's what you want for your spooky engagement.
No, I think you're like for that I would do like a clearish base, red tips to match, and then I would do something like black and poofy. That's that like the nail and the dress kind of like together. That's what I'm
The vibe.
thinking. That is the vibe. Because like I want those pictures to be kind of like the spooky aesthetic. I want a spooky bachelorette. I want a spooky night before party, okay? Because it is gonna be the day before like that's what I want. But the actual day is gonna be like whimsical, cutesy, country
Yeah,
vibes.
which is a vibe, and I agree with it.
Cause like I want those pictures to be like timeless, classic, them everything, and then everything
Yeah,
else needs to be me. Through and
Exactly.
through.
Exactly. Timeless and classic with just a slightly more burnt color palette to it. Yeah.
Very like muted, burnt, kind of like deeper gem colors and
Yeah.
things and like earth tones.
Like, I fuck with the gem tones. I love them so much.
Hmm.
To be fair, I've always enjoyed my own birthstone, which is like a gem tone. So
I thought our birthstone was like pearl and alexandrite.
mine's emerald. I'm a May baby.
Never mind, I'll shut up. I was going off of zodiac. I'm like, Geminis, we're like one thing.
No,
No,
the
never
birthstones are
mind.
based off the months. My
Yeah.
sister's is oh, I forget. It's August. It's the green. It's like the light green one.
Citrine? Nope. Wait.
No.
Peridot.
Yeah. I think December is diamond.
I believe December is diamond, and then
Yeah.
January is garnet.
Yeah. My mom is a
Okay,
January.
can you answer a question for me? Because this keeps coming up. Are garnets, red sapphires, and rubies all the same thing? It just
I don't
depends on their like depth of color.
I don't know. I genuinely don't. Like, I know that they're different colors. The only reason I think they would be like classified different is if they had like different crystalline structures. I feel like the only difference for that would be like I feel like garnet might be different than sapphire and like ruby. I feel like ruby and like red sapphires might be
The
the
same thing.
same. Yeah.
I think that might be also true. I
Cause
think
yeah,
you're
'cause that's
right.
typically the like difference. Cause like garnet has like a very specific, cause it's like almost like a clear quartz or onyx like based sort of like a structure to it. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is something we could Google too.
You know, I forget that I have the power of Google at my fingertips all of the time, and I never use it. And I just ask other people their thoughts and if they know.
Feelings and opinions. Yeah, I don't know. My friend McKenna might know, but she's no longer like she used to be the biggest crystal girly in the world. And now she's like a plant girly and she's like trying to garden her own stuff. And like I support her in it, but I'm like, I feel like she would know. Specifically only because also she's like she loves garnet. I think it's her favorite. So
You best believe we're gonna be homesteading it up when we get out there. Yeah.
that's fair. I mean, like, she's trying to garden. I'm not opposed to doing our own garden. I think my mom this year wants to try doing her own chili peppers outside instead of pumpkins because we usually do pumpkins. But again, we have chickens, and oh my god, they're fucking growing fast, my guy. They were like this big, like barely your fist size, and now they're like fucking. You can hold them. Like they're fucking growing so fast. Jesus hell.
That I love them.
Ugh, but yeah. And they're now a lot harder to distinguish between one another, so we're probably gonna have to get like the little like colored tags to know who's who for name. Because the
Mhm.
yellow ones you can still tell apart. The red ones, oh my god, they look all alike at this point.
Is the yellow one the curry
So
or
yellows are cumin and coriander.
cumin
No,
and
cumin and
coriander?
cardamom. Coriander is one of the
Cardamom.
red ones.
Okay.
Yes. And cumin is the feistier of the two yellow ones and the bigger yellow one. Cardamom is so small still. Like just smaller than like he's still
Ditto,
growing. I
but
mean she's still growing because they're all females. But just like slower than the rest of them. Like she's a lot smaller than the rest of them, but she also kind of acts like the mother hen and like tries to like round them all up and stuff while still being like the smallest one. Yeah.
that's so cute.
But yeah, we're gonna be flush with eggs come the next like 6 months. So
You guys are wanting to get more chickens, no? You're wanting to get more chickens, right?
So we got them when they were just hatched. So they were only like a day or two old. And so they have to stay inside for 6 weeks. And it's been, I think, 3 or 4 weeks now. And so in 2 more weeks, they should be big enough to go outside in like their actual. I
Sorry,
can't hear you.
no, sorry, I moved and my butt hurts. I moved my butt wrong.
It's okay. It happens to us all. But yeah, so in like the next 2 weeks, they should be big enough to go outside. And then they don't start like being fully mature and like laying eggs until they're about 6 months old. But each, like, there's two different types. We have two different like brands, not brands, but two different like species of like chicken.
Breed, type,
Type of
something.
chicken.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think for the most part, both types lay around 400 eggs a year just in their own right. And we have 5. So that's 5 chickens laying at least 1.5 eggs a day almost.
It's enough to feed a family.
Yeah, but like we also like eat eggs regularly and my mom does, but like my sister and my dad don't. So like that's a lot of eggs for us specifically.
I will be stealing some of those as
And
well.
that's okay. Because also, I'm pretty sure, like, my mom, that she got these two types because they were what was available. She wanted a different kind of chicken originally, but they weren't available. But the seller who usually sells them in, like, sets of 3. And so I think when they become available, my mom's probably gonna buy those 3. So then we'll have 8 chickens that all lay at least, like, an egg a day. So, yeah.
That's almost a whole carton.
Yeah.
But the fun thing about like having chickens though is like if you don't wash the eggs, they kind of just stay good. Like they don't need to be refrigerated.
Yeah. So
Isn't that crazy? Eggs,
it is
man.
weird to think about because it's like you're just like it's so ingrained in us to be like a fridge. But you can do like the cup thing where it's like you check how good it is or not based off of if it floats or not.
My
Yeah.
cousin out in Nevada, she has like a little basket and she gets the eggs and she puts them in the basket and she just sits there. And then when she wants an egg, she washes it off and then uses it immediately. And then they just stay good for like ever.
Yeah, eggs stay really well, but like it's also just like that's the egg trick is like when eggs are like really, really old, they'll like I'm pretty sure they'll float when they're like bad, but I don't really think eggs can go like bad, bad. I've never seen an egg go bad, bad.
You know, I've had eggs in my fridge for like a really long time that we never used, and I kind of want to find out if they're bad or not.
Probably want to test it. And then if you're sick, then you get off of work, though you're gonna have a whole week off of work anyways, so.
It's true. I feel like if I boiled them, it would be fine.
Yeah, because like boiling kills bacteria. Like that's the whole point of it.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do the little trick and find out
A
if
little
they're still
science
good or not.
experiment.
What a science experiment?
But yes, no, several of my friends are already like, well, if you ever need to get rid of some of your eggs, and I'm like, fair enough. Fucking fair enough.
So, might I have an egg?
In this economy, please.
Literally. Did egg prices ever go down? I don't ever buy eggs, so I don't know.
I haven't had to get. My mom usually buys the eggs because she's the one who goes through them the most. I haven't bought a carton of eggs, I think, on my own right in a couple of months. So.
They're probably still like $3. I don't know. I know
Oh.
not. The economy is exhausting.
I remember taking economics in not college, high school, and I didn't even like it then. And now I have to actually live with it, and it's
all bad.
all bad all the time.
My mom's friend is looking into getting her passport to Germany because I think her mom was born in Germany. I can't remember if that's accurate information or not, but she's very German regardless and is like, I want to be able to go to Germany whenever I want. And so I'm going to get a passport and I might live over there. And I was like, okay.
Fair enough. I need to double check that my passport is still valid because the Barcelona Mattie just came back for like a week. And like we were all talking. And the only reason I didn't go visit her last year was because like the fucking days they chose, it would have been like $3,000 to $4,000 to go out, which like it's gonna be expensive no matter fucking what. But it would have been like $3,000 to $4,000 to spend 80% of the trip in the fucking airport. And I was like, there's no point to that. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I will spend that much money if I can spend a lot longer in the country. Like, I'm not doing this. They're looking to go to, I think, Italy in like next December or something like that. Like, not this upcoming one, but the next one. And like, Tanya has friends out there. And technically, Rachel, who I've known for forever, also has family out there. And I feel like she would probably be willing to let me stay with them. So, like, I gotta check if my passport is valid for that possibility.
Mine's still good till I think 2028.
Fair enough. Well, hello there, Luna.
Just cover her butthole. Hi.
She's like, I'm here now. Pay attention.
Yeah. Hey, thanks. You're just right there. They're having a good time. Yeah. We haven't decided on where we want to go. I know he wants to go to Scotland and New Zealand at some point. We talked about Scotland being our honeymoon, yeah. And then I was like, also Greece wouldn't be a bad idea.
That's fair. I also Greece.
Do you want to go to Greece? Should we go to Greece?
I would love to go to Greece.
I think we should go to Greece.
I also would love. You've already been there. I would love to go to Singapore at some point in my life.
For reals?
For real. I've always wanted to go. I think it's like I've only seen pictures, but like it looks beautiful, and I want to like see it with my own eyes.
All the architecture is really interesting and pretty. In the city, it's like architecturally pretty. The more you go out of the city, it's something. Like, I got my hair pulled in Singapore when like, the further you go out of the city, the less, like, they're used to seeing other
Like
people, if
foreigners.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. So, like, my hair was, like, red at the time, and someone just, like, walking down the street, like, stopped and pulled my hair to look at it, and I was, like,
See,
freaking out.
I have the hair color I'm pretty sure a good portion of the world has, which is very dark brown. So like not much of an interest point in my hair at that point.
Dude, we went to Batam, which is out like towards Malaysia for a day, and we went with the my cousin hired a woman when she was still living out in Singapore to watch after her child, and she was from Batam. And so we went with her to like show us around and like do stuff. And we got there and everyone would stare at us, but especially my mom, because she's like a very tall white woman.
Yeah.
You know, they were just like, and she was like, this feels weird. Yeah.
Would love to go to
But it was
Singapore.
like it was pretty and I liked going to the different there was like this cloud, never mind, I'm not gonna even try and remember. There's like really pretty nature areas that are nice to like hike.
Yeah.
What was I'm trying to say? Cloud sanctuary. No, that's incorrect. There were pretty flowers.
Exactly. For if you're interested in it for Scotland, have you heard of like the Edinburgh Fringe Festival?
No. Is it like other fringe festivals?
So it's the biggest, like, essentially, like, theater festival. Like, thousands of theater pieces and plays go on for, like, 2 fucking weeks.
Why don't I know about it? I work in this industry.
God, like, it's such a big thing. One of the women who's at, main place I work, Place Black, she, like, offers it all the time, and, like, you can sign up, and it's mostly for students, but, like, staff is allowed to do it too. But, like, yeah, you get an accommodation in Edinburgh, and, like, every day you're watching, like, it can be upwards of like 10 different shows a day of just theater.
Do you remember what time of year this happens?
I believe it's in the fall.
Okay, because my dream is to be there during Burns night. Do you know of this holiday?
I've heard of it. I cannot fully remember the details of it, but I have heard the name.
Okay, so it's a full like day of celebrating Robert Burns, the poet from Scotland, whom Stiva I am a direct descendant of, or whatever. And they like shut the whole country down. And it's like a really big event. And they like celebrate his life and they go drinking and they serve very specific foods and stuff. I just want to go experience it. Oh,
Man, I want to go to Nashville just because I want to like go to Nashville, but there's a bar in Nashville named after I think my great grandma, and it's the grandma
I
my
remember this.
yeah, and it's the grandma that my grandpa like calls me her name all the time, and so like I want to go fucking see this goddamn bar. Like
What's
damn.
her name? I forgot.
Gertrude.
Gertrude, that's right.
Gertrude,
Birdie.
yeah, Gertrude Lithgow. But like it's like Cleo. She was called Cleo. She was called fucking Cleo because and also like dubbed the Queen of the Bahamas because she was one of the more famous rum runners during Prohibition. And like when she died, they like flew the flags at half mast in the Bahamas and shit like that. Like, yeah. And he's just always called me this woman's name and then never actually gave us her lore until my sister went to Nashville and was like, oh yeah, go check out her bar. And then this is everything about her. And I was like, God damn it, what the hell? Why did you never tell me this?
That's
So
so
yeah,
funny.
I would like to go visit that bar. But yeah, Burns Night. Figure out when Burns Night is and we can.
It's January 25th.
Oh, I think that's different. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the like Fringe Festival's in the fall.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So
like later winter.
yeah,
Well,
it
that'll be
happened.
fine. Maybe I'll go a different time. We can just go to the Fringe
We
Festival.
can
Who
continue to
says we
keep going
can't go
back.
multiple times?
Yeah, I want to travel. I know
Mhm.
now's not the best time because most people hate America at the moment, but I would just like to travel. Get the fuck out
Yeah.
of this country a bit.
Also, all of the planes are scary right now.
Yeah, just a little.
A little scary. It's fine. I don't know. I kind of also want to get out of the country. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to be a wine aunt living in a European country and just be flush with
Vibe.
cash and send weird gifts back to my family. And you know what? That is what I want out of life.
That would be really good. I love that.
Ugh, that's all I need.
I could do without the wine though. It upsets
I
my
like wine.
tummy.
I'm a wine girly. I like wine.
I know you are.
Wine and whiskey. Those are my drinks.
I can do whiskey, just a little bit of it. I don't. Alcohol hurts my tummy.
Alcohol, it's meant to hurt most people's tummies.
The second time I was visiting down here before I actually started working here. It was like, I don't know, Hunter and I just started dating, and he got this like wine that his grandmother suggested that she said was really good. And he was like, "Oh, we have to try it." So he went and got it, and like, I immediately got plastered off of like half a glass because I'm me. And then immediately I had to go. I had to go. I was like,
No.
what do I do? I was stuck in this apartment with this small little apartment with him. And I was like, this can't be happening right now. I can't do this. And like, we just started dating. He cannot know what my bowels sound like yet. I was terrified.
It brings
So
you closer.
it does. I don't think he would have minded. I think he would have tried to take care of me. Um, but I minded. So I like sobered up a bit and I felt okay and I went and I drove to the gas station down the street.
And shit your life away.
Yep. I did that and then I bought a pack of cigarettes and left.
Nice.
Mhm.
I've never had wine like run through me at all.
Worst. I think I was also nervous, so like that didn't help. I get an anxious tummy as well.
That's fair. I also get like anxious shits, but that's fine. I feel like most people get those because
I
it's
feel like that happens every time you go to Place Black because
literally.
at least like during that one period, it was happening a lot, and you were like, I have to go.
Oh my god, no, literally, I swear to God, I am not a very regular person, as we are aware. But I shit you not. Every time I get in that building, if it's like first thing in the morning, I have to shit.
Oh yeah,
Nowhere
really?
else.
Huh? Hi, baby. Sorry. Wow, wow. Wait. Blah,
She
blah.
went, "Wah."
She went wow, 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 wow.
But yeah, no, every
Anyway,
time I get in that building, instantly I have to go. And like, it's so great. I mean, at least it kind of like, because I have to be there more often, it kind of keeps me a little more regular than I used to be. But like, dear God.
it's nice. There's something about like college campuses that like make me need to poop.
I think the only unfortunate thing is like there's one main bathroom on our side of like the building, just one, and it's a one stall. And so like if you blow up that toilet, everyone else has to
Everyone
deal with
knows.
the repercussions of your blown up toilet, and I hate that. So like I will literally walk to the other fucking side of the building where it's like a multiple stall sort of a situation, and that's where I'll go because I'm like I can't ruin the one bathroom this side otherwise. Poor people.
Yeah, no. I also get like I get anxious to go in public, which then triggers my stomach, and then I get anxious about having to use the restroom in public. And like, what if everyone hears me blowing ass?
No.
You know?
Literally, it was when I was a student. I was in the like sub, which is like the cafeteria and stuff like that. And there's a bunch of bathrooms in the sub. So I went to the one of the more like unoccupied ones and I got in a stall. And when I walked in, there was a woman in a stall, like diagonal from me. And when I first walked in, she was blowing the fucking toilet up. And then I could like she stopped. Like I know she's forced herself to stop because somebody else came to the bathroom, but I literally went into a toilet the other side and started blowing it up and I was like, "Girlie, I get you, but like we're both here for the same purpose. Like don't worry about it."
That's so funny. Just matching energy.
Yeah.
I was during the walk when I had to jog to Publix, I was texting Hunter as things were happening and I was like, "No, someone walked in." And he was like, "Fart really aggressively to assert dominance and they'll leave." I was like, "Thank you. You're so supportive. I love it."
Exactly. Precisely what you
You know, we started on talking about our bowels and we're ending on talking about our
Yeah.
bowels. We
Because
love it.
again, we can be consistent every once in a while.
Not
Well,
yours though.
not me, you though. Yeah.
I'm inconsistent in a more frequent way.
There you go. We're inconsistent. Your inconsistency happens frequently and mine does not.
Yeah. You know, you never know. Sometimes it's once a day, sometimes it's 7 times a day.
Or sometimes
Who's to say?
you've been constipated for like 2 weeks and there's just nothing you can do about that. Besides hope
I've
and
been
pray.
getting more constipated lately.
Ooh. I don't
Yeah.
ooh, constipation bad. I hate it. I fucking hate that shit so much.
And it won't be like I won't go for multiple days. It'll just be like really small. Even though I'm eating the
Like
correct
rabbit
amount of.
poop?
Yes.
Huh. That's like I'm pretty sure when that happens it's typically like either like dehydration or like fiber. But I feel like you're a hydrated queen and you eat decently fibrous things.
Yeah, which is like very confusing, right? Because like I drink at minimum 2 of these, if not
Yeah.
3 to 4 a day. And
Okay.
then I also have like a poppy or whatever at night. Oh, you put the sticker on.
Did. It's
I
above
love
my
it.
United Scenic Artist sticker.
There's mine. That's next to
You
my guild and my other guild sticker. Anyway, but yeah, like I drink enough water and like I have a decent amount of fruits and veggies. Like I have fruit every morning and then I have vegetables every night and then I usually have a salad at, sorry, I'm burping. I usually have a salad at lunch if not leftovers from the day before, which is like a high protein and veggie filled dinner.
so then I don't know.
Yeah, it's very confusing. I think it's because like my body don't like rice or something, and I was cooking with rice for a while, and then I stopped cooking with rice,
Okay.
and things got more regular. I'm not sure.
That is strange.
Yeah.
I don't know how to help you with that though, because as we've noted, I just yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun because I'll go between like taking Miralax and then Imodium, and then like I get it started and then it doesn't stop, so then I gotta stop it back up, and then I gotta get it started.
Literally, I have magnesium citrate, which is a natural laxative.
Hmm.
I take fiber pills in the morning, and then I have not one but two different probiotics just to try to keep my shit regular.
Well, I've seen those. I've thought about getting the digestive enzymes and the probiotics.
And I do think it's helped a bit, yeah, because I tried doing like my sister and my dad, because they also do not digest well. Just bad colons and like intestinal systems all around in my family. They do the Metamucil sort of
Yeah,
stuff. I tried that for a while. Shit just made me like bloated. It didn't help
yeah.
anything move along. It just made me bloated. But like the fiber pills, I still get gassy, but like it's at least like helped it move along. You know? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. Something in that
Sure.
concoction kind of works. So if it's the
It might be the
probiotics,
magnesium.
it might be the magnesium. Yeah.
The magnesium does make you need to go. I take magnesium, but not citrate. I take the other one so that I can sleep at night. Because I have noticed it's making me sleep better.
Isn't it like magnesium glycinate or something like that? Yeah. I also have just straight up magnesium tablets because I grabbed the wrong tablets originally because I was looking for citrate and then I grabbed magnesium, but just straight magnesium is more of a like help balance your like not immune nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
for sleepy time and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I remember I was taking it like in the morning and at night. I was taking magnesium back in Ohio, and then I started having issues sleeping because I was taking too much magnesium.
Yes.
And it was a
Yes, I
problem.
do
And then I
remember.
was like, I just want to sleep. But now I take just the right amount of magnesium.
Nice.
And like it works better than melatonin for me for some reason. Like I'm able to fall asleep quicker and then I stay asleep quicker. If I take melatonin, I wake up in the middle of the night.
I melatonin never like helped me go to bed. It made me stay asleep. Like it was harder for me to wake up when I was taking melatonin, which like I already sleep very deeply. I don't need help staying asleep. As I've told you, my trick for going to bed is I got a very, very heavy weighted blanket, and it's the baby mentality. I get swaddled and instantly I'm like, bedtime, good night. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with understanding that I'm just swaddling myself and that's what's making me need to go to bed. But like, it's
Yeah.
working. So,
I was having such a hard time. I would wake up in the middle of the night all the time. It was the worst, like multiple times a night. I can't. But like the magnesium helps. And then I also got a weighted blanket. And I do love the weighted blanket. And I also have a weighted dinosaur stuffed animal that I got from Target. That also works really well. Highly recommend.
I mean, my weighted blanket is like folded in half and on top of me because my dog doesn't like it. And it's 40 pounds. I don't think I need anything else. Because I also have my dog in my fucking bed with me, and he himself is like 110 pounds. Like, I got too much.
Yeah. I have the cats. At minimum, there's a cat in the bed and they wake me up. So.
Fair enough. Anyway, you wanted to end on bowels. We're a little past bowels, but that's
You
okay.
know what? It's okay. We're fine. I thought it was going to be a full circle moment and I thought it would be cool. But you know, it happens. We're gifted with the gift of gab and
Just
we kept
talkative.
gab.
Yeah, precisely.
I just finished my poppies, so you know, like everything is aligning right now.
Exactly. Align, perfect symmetry. The universe is coming together.
Exactly. Wait, one last thing before we go. I need to figure out where to set up my little phone magnet thing in my car so that I can still Snapchat you when I'm driving. Because
Mine is like a sticky to the windshield. it's been so hot that, like, it's leaving a snail trail of where the sticky's been melting, and it's just slowly falling.
No.
I still have one. I still have the, like, one I can put in my vent, so if it, like, completely fucks up, I'll just stick the one in my vent, and it's okay.
Okay. Mine is like, it has a sticky, but it's like a small sticky. And like during the winter, it got cold and it like popped off.
Yeah.
Like yours did. And I was like, what? Why? So
We have to
there's
find
not a
better
good
places.
spot. There's not a good spot in the car for it though, is the problem. Like,
See, I would put it on my dash typically. Like, that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to stick it to my windshield, but my dash has, like, that, like, the wall texture where it's like you put spackle down and then you just, like, brushed over it and it leaves, like, bumpies fucking everywhere. Like, my dash has a
yeah,
texture. So the
same.
sticky won't stick to it and it won't suction correctly. And that, like, oh.
Yeah, and then the windshield gets too hot and it melts, and then it'll get too cold in the winter, and
And
then
then
it
it pops
falls off, and it's like, what are we supposed to do? I don't know. It's a sign we're not supposed to be doing.
We're safe about it.
Yeah.
Hands off. Pre-record. I've seen people do stupider shit. So.
When I was in Gainesville, I saw so many people on their phone driving, like actively like driving. And I was like,
Fucking
hello,
see it
you
every
haven't,
day.
why aren't you looking up? Do you not know that the road is there? Like, I'm Snapchatting you, but at least I'm looking at the road.
Yeah. No, fucking, when I had to keep going up to Santa Fe when I was doing the movie, I think the most terrifying thing about it was the fact that, like, every day, like, not only was I just watching people do this, I was watching full-on, like, trucks do that. Like, big semi-trucks, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, ooh.
That's
Yeah.
bad. That's pretty bad, pretty bad.
Horrid. Horrible.
Alistair.
Hold on, my dog's trying to come in.
Hi, sir.
Everything's moving because of my dog. Okay, exit
okay.
yourself. Not you. My sir.
Hi, Alistair.
I would turn you around, but you'll just see the mess of my bed. He just wants to look out my window. Hold on.
Okay.
It's his favorite thing to do. I may be a nosy bitch about the neighbors. His ass.
He is way nosier.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess this is a good place to end now. I have plenty to work with and edit.
You've got
Again.
an hour and 18 minutes, and you still have to do an outro.
We're at 2 hours. What are you talking about?
Oh, not an hour and 18 minutes, 118 minutes. Fucking Jesus Christ, I can't math. It's okay. Just ignore me. It's fine. It's fine. There's a reason I stopped being a STEM major, okay?
It's fine. I love you anyway. Okay, this is where we're gonna end it. It's gonna be great. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been great. You can find me at Designs by Burnsy on TikTok and Instagram. And you can check out our YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure that's under Busy Burnsy B, but if you just look up Can I Just, it'll be there. You can find us on Spotify. We're not on Apple yet because Apple is scary. There's video if you don't know that there's video for this podcast. Whoa, oh my god, I hit my mic.
The video shows up on Spotify. I watched it.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah, it does show up. It's pretty cool. You can check out my website, designsbyburnsy.com, for any merch. You can see the merch that Maddie's wearing.
You can get a Can I Just shirt that also says so fun,
so cute, so quirky.
Which is one of my... Oh, you can't fucking see it. Jesus Christ, I'm stupid. It's fine. It says so fun, so cute, so quirky on the back. And that is something I say too often, but that is fine.
That is Maddie's catchphrase. It's the whole reason I made the shirt.
Yes, you can go get merch on Burnsy's website and a whole bunch of other slew of designs that she's made that are fucking adorable, and you should just get them because I have them.
We've got shirts, we've got stickers, we've got hats, we've got shoes, we've got sweaters and hoodies and all kinds of things.
All the things.
So yeah, and then you can find Mattie at Painted Silver on Instagram.
Or just text Burnsy and ask her where the hell I am, in which she'll know.
I'm Maddie's keeper. Just text me and I'll let you know.
She's the keeper of keys, just for me, not Hogwarts.
Correct. Good answer. But anyway, thanks so much for hanging out. I love you.
I love you too. Ugh, I can't wait until we see each other face to face because, oh my god, it's gonna be great.
I'm thinking I need to just, like, abscons, what is that word? Abscons? Out there after, at some point, maybe, like, the summer.
Or we could, maybe Ohio, if we really want it.
We keep talking about it, but you keep taking contracts, so.
I know. July, so far, I shouldn't have anything, because everything is, like, this last week of June. Well, the fucking last couple weeks of June, so.
Okay, July should be good for me, too, then. But I also think No, never mind. Shut up. I'm dumb.
Okay, well,
July
either
should
way,
should be good because I'll be salaried at that point, so I can just leave.
fucking nice, my guy.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm so excited. Anyway,
Well, we've appreciated you being on this rambling journey with us, and till next time, I guess.
till next time. Who knows what that will be?
Exactly.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Au revoir.